Okay, the title of our paper is Angle, and that's A-N-G-L-E, addition. Angle addition. I'm going to try and fit everything on one page, so I'm going to draw a line going down the center. Okay, on this side we're going to use, we're going to have 90-degree angles. That's a symbol for angle, and I'll just put an S for plural. And over here this is going to be 180. 180, darn it, I made a mistake there. I'm going to do this. 180-degree angles. Okay, so just so you know, we're going to do 90-degree angles. We'll do about 4 of them going down the page, just so you're spacing it out, about 4 of them. And so 90-degree angles, or right angles we call them, they usually have a box right there. And so if we're going from here to there is 90 degrees. Okay, here's our second one out of 4. So let's say this is 90 degrees. And there are points on the line. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to put another line going through here, another ray, splitting it up. And so this point, we'll call it A, this point B, this point C, and this one D. And then we'll say that this, let's say that this angle right here is 60 degrees. And this one here would be 30 degrees. And what we can say is that angle ABC, the big angle, is equal to 90 degrees. We know that because it's a right angle. So this angle, ABC, is 90 degrees. Now when we're writing equations, which we'll need to do, these two little angles add up to 90 degrees. These two angles make up the big angle. So what we'll be doing is writing down whatever this angle is plus the other small angle equals 90 degrees. Right? Or you could just say 90. It's fine. So hopefully that makes sense. These two have to add up to 90 degrees. Okay, let's go to our next right angle. Remember, we're doing 4, so this will be our third one. Excuse me. Now, we won't put any letters in here, any points, but I will just put a little box here noting that it is 90 degrees. And let's say that this is 40 degrees. But we don't know this one. So I know you could do this in your minds easily, but let's write this down. We have this angle, X, plus the other angle, which is 40, and all of that equals 90. Right? This is the equation you would make to find out the missing angle. Now this is simple, but it gets more complex. So you would just, what, subtract 40. You could do this in your head, I know. But you subtract 40, and we have x equals 90 minus 40 is 50. So our answer would be 50 for x. And that makes sense. 50 plus 40 is 90. But this is how you would set it up. If it gets kind of complex, this is how you would set it up. Let's now go to our last one of the 90 degrees, but it'll be a little more complex. Okay, so looks similar to the other one. And it's 90 degrees. Let's say we know this is 50 degrees. But this angle has an expression instead. 2x plus 10. And we're trying to figure out what x equals. What does x equal? So we need to set up an equation to figure that out. Now I have some room underneath mine, so I'm going to go ahead and do it there. So this angle here, 2x plus 10, plus the other angle. The other angle is 50. Both of those together equals 90. So this plus this totals up to 90. Okay, so now we just go ahead and solve from here. So what would I do? First step is I would combine the like terms, the 10 and the 50. So that's going to give me 2x. I'll just use the same thing here. So that's going to give me 2x, 10 and 50. That makes 60. That equals 90. Now we have a two-step problem. So subtract 60 on both sides. Oops. All right, and that gives us 2x equals 90 minus 60 is 30. This was a 60. And you could probably tell your answer right now, right? Because 2 times something is 30. The answer is 15. Right? Divide by 2, divide by 2. The answer is 15. And if you plug that back in there, it should come out, okay, 15 plugged in there, 2 times 15 is 30. 30 plus 10 is 40. 40 and 50 makes 90. It works. So this is using the rules angle addition to figure out an unknown, to solve an unknown. Okay, so now we did the 90s. Let's go to the 180s. Okay, we'll also do 4 problems just on this side right here. So if you want to line them up. So you may see a line that looks like this. And let's just say that this is A, point B, and point C. And from here to there is 180 degrees. Okay, that's called a straight line or a straight angle. And we would classify that, we would say angle A, B, C equals 180 degrees. Okay, so here's our next one. And I'm not going to put any points in there. But let's say we have an array like this. And then we are given this angle here is, let's say it's X. I don't know what it is. And this one here is 120 degrees. And we want to know, what does X equal? So we need to set this up as an equation. We know that these two together must add up to 180. So we would set it up as X plus 120 equals 180 degrees. Both these angles together have to add up to 180 degrees. Now hopefully you can just tell right away that the answer to this is 60. 60 plus 120 is 180. Right? And so you know what, I'll just put that in there. We won't go through all the steps, but we'll just say X equals 60. This is pretty easy. Pretty simple for you, I'm sure. 60 and 120 makes 180. Okay, so here's our next one. And let's say that this angle here is 80. This is your X, and this is 60. All right, so this is 60 degrees, 80 degrees, and you don't know this one there. So to figure this out, but you know the whole thing adds up to 180. So you would just write your equation, 80 plus X plus 60. That total is 180. And then you would solve from there. Well, we won't solve it, but that's how you would set it up. Because they would want to know, what is X? What does X equal? All right, let's go to our last one. Now I kind of gave myself some room underneath it so that we can solve the equation. Okay, so what is the value, or what is for each value here? See, we have X plus 20 for this angle, 60 degrees for this one, and 3x for that one. Now remember, all three of these add up to 180. So you just write an equation so they add up to 180. So let's see. I have this angle, X plus 20, and this angle, 60, and this other angle, 3x. All of that equals 180 degrees. So this is how you would set it up to figure out what X is. Excuse me a moment, let me just kind of get that. We're solving for X. So now let's combine like terms. I have 1x, that's 1x, and I have positive 3x. So if I put those together, that's going to give me 1x, and 3x makes 4x. Next, I have the constants. So let's see, there's a plus 20 and plus 60. All right, well, 60 and 20, 20 and 60, that makes 80. And all of that equals 180. Now we have a two-step problem. So let's see, I want to go ahead and subtract 80. That's going to give me 4x equals, this is 100. Now you should be able to do this mentally at this point. 4 times something is 100. So if you're running out of room, just go ahead and put that down. But if I divide by 4, you're going to have x, equals 4 goes to 100, 25 times. So the answer is 25. And you could plug that in there and check to see if it works. And so that is how angle addition works. And I'm just going to go ahead and separate mine. And so we did all this to solve for x.